Buongiorno and welcome to Cooking and Eating Healthy with Anna. Once again, we're going to do another episode, and I had many requests for scallops. So today we're going to do scallops, curry cauliflower slices, roasted garlic broccoli, the mushrooms we did the other day, the garlic mushrooms. It's on one of my other shows. And we're going to do scallops. So we're going to show you how to cook scallops the way they should be. So what I did today was I sliced my cauliflower, and you spray it on foil, and then you're going to lay your cauliflower out like this. If you cut the cauliflower stem and then cut the cauliflower in half, from there make thick slices, about that thick, you would get probably four. I got four here. Actually, I got five. And then if you get the very ends, they're going to break apart. That's okay. Just put those on there also. And I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil that I brushed on both sides. And if I feel that the cauliflower was not enough oil, I then take it and I'm spraying it with virgin olive oil. Okay? Then we're going to make the seasoning. And the seasoning is 1 teaspoon of curry. I'm not crazy about curry, but you don't really taste the curry. It's delicious. A half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter of a teaspoon of pepper, and a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder. And you're going to mix that all together. And then we're just going to sprinkle it across the cauliflower. Just like so. Put it on your larger pieces first, maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then whatever's left over you could do on the small parts. And then we're going to put this in the oven. Now I'll do the other pieces, the small pieces. And you make sure you're going to use the whole thing. So just sprinkle the extras on. There we go. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bake the cauliflower at 425 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. I'll be checking mine in 25 minutes. So I'm going to put this on 425 degrees. I'm going to put it on for 25 and check it then. It might go the 30 minutes, I don't know. And then the next thing we're going to do is the garlic and Parmesan broccoli. And as you can see, I take it and I put the seasonings all together in a bag. And I left it on the counter or on the tray in the bag. And we have 2 tablespoons, 1 head of broccoli, a large head, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter of a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of garlic cloves. Remember I told you to do your garlic, put it in a container, and cover it, and it's always on hand in the fridge. You don't ever have to do it all the time. And so we're going to take this and just kind of mush it in. And then I just put it aside. But now I'm going to take it and I'm just going to throw it right on a lined cookie sheet. And just make sure it's a single layer. And then we're going to take it. Let me just get a rag here. And we're going to put it at 500 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. So when that goes off, let me check my timer here. I'm going to set this for 15 minutes because when this goes off, I'll then put my broccoli in and it'll be ready together. Okay, so we'll just put this aside for now. And then today, well, also, when this comes out, when the broccoli comes out, you're going to take a half a teaspoon of lemon zest and you're going to sprinkle that after it's out. You're going to sprinkle that with on top of the cauliflower, all over the cauliflower. And then you're going to take a quarter of a cup of Parmesan cheese and you're going to sprinkle that across. That's after it's baked for 25 to 30 minutes. Then after you sprinkle these two items across the top of the broccoli, you're going to put it back in and put it on broil for 1 to 2 minutes, okay? You don't want to just check it after a minute. You don't want it to get it black. So we'll do that after. And then I took mushrooms that I have in the micro that I made the other day, the garlic mushrooms. So I already have that measured out in a container ready to go. And Joe made escarole today, which was very nice. I also have that in the microwave to heat up. And what he did was he took the escarole, rinsed it well, then he put it in a little olive oil on the bottom of your pan and salt and pepper, and he put in oregano, a little sprinkle of oregano, and I think that was it, right, Joe?
Crushed garlic.
And a little bit of crushed garlic. Make sure you saute the garlic first, okay? Then put your escarole, which is chopped, okay, shredded escarole, and you're going to put it in your pan, salt and pepper, and just keep stirring it until it gets soft enough. And then that'll be it. You'll be done with that. So he's going to have that on his plate today. And then we're going to have Joe do scallops. He does a great job with the scallops. So I'm going to have him cook the scallops. And with the scallops, let's see what he did here. Okay, he takes them out at room temperature. He rinses them first, pats them dry really well because that's the secret to it browning. And then after he pats it really, really well, a couple of, sheets of Scott towels, then he's going to keep it at room temperature for a half an hour. He puts a little salt across it and a little bit of pepper. And I'll show you what he did here. He has it ready to go, as you could see. And then we have here 5 tablespoons of olive oil. Now he's done it in a 14-inch cast iron pan because what we have here is 18 ounces of scallops. So that's a lot of scallops. And so we needed a large pan. If you have a smaller pan, then do it in 2 batches. But in this large pan, we put in 5 tablespoons of olive oil. And on the side, he has melted 2 tablespoons of butter, which he's going to drizzle across the end after it's all cooked. Your scallops are going to be, you're going to cook those at 2.5 minutes each side. Don't keep turning them. Just leave them 2.5 minutes, and then he'll show you. You'll flip them 2.5 minutes on the other side, and then you just pour the butter on top. So that will be our whole segment today. And as soon as these are cooked, we'll be back. I'm back, and we're going to remove the broccoli. Now I have to turn on my broiler because I'm going to have a few minutes with the broiler. Okay, and we're going to take I'm going to bring these in toward the center, and then I'm going to put the lemon zest. I zested the lemon. And we're just going to sprinkle that across. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to sprinkle the cheese. And that was 1/4 cup of cheese, Parmesan cheese. And you know what? That's a lot of cheese. So I'm going to do 1/8 of a cup because that's an awful lot of cheese, I think. But that's what the recipe calls for, but I think it's too much. If your head of broccoli was a lot bigger and you were doing maybe 2 heads, that would be great. Well, I'll just sprinkle a little bit more. But then we're going to broil, put it back into broil. And that'll only take a couple of minutes. Joe, are you all set with your scallops?
Okay, good evening. Today my wife was generous enough to have me come and work along with her in the kitchen, and we are going to be preparing our scallops. I'm just going to be heating up my cast iron pan here for a few minutes and get the oil going. Um, as she had explained earlier, I prepped the scallops by rinsing them and patting them dry and bringing them up to room temperature and sprinkling a little bit of kosher salt and pepper onto the scallops. We've tried quite a few methods of cooking the scallops, and I hope to be able to prove that I'm right tonight by showing you the best way that we have come up with. Again, I have a 14-inch cast iron pan because we want to make sure there's plenty of room to spread the scallops out. We don't want them touching once they start cooking because they would steam more than sear and put a nice brown color on there. So, before we get going, I just wanted to take a minute to say how proud I am of my wife's accomplishments, both with the start of her cooking channel and as well as the program that she's been on to lose weight and to actually have us eating healthier every day. She's done a wonderful job, and I'm really quite proud of her. Okay, let's see. We should have this pretty much up to temp. It's okay. Here we go. There we go. Put a little water in there. This is going to get a little messy when we add the scallops in there.
I want to show you the cauliflower. This is the curry cauliflower that we took out. We're going to put that aside.
Okay, so here we go. We're putting in the scallops, spacing them out. I like to use the outer edge of the pan because the temperature seems to be more even there. We're getting a little bit of a splatter going here. So what we're going to do is let these sit nicely for 2.5 minutes, undisturbed. I'm going to cover these up with a splatter guard and put our timer on. You want to make sure that you don't move the scallops because once you do that, you break the contact of the scallop with the pan, and then your olive oil will get in between the scallop skin and the plate, and the scallop will not brown as well as if you just leave it there undisturbed. What I've also done here is on the side, I believe Anna mentioned that earlier, I've melted a little bit of, I believe it was 2 tablespoons of butter in a small pan that I will be using just to spread over the top of the scallops once I've turned them onto the second side to just give it a little bit more of a flavor and to help the browning process a little bit more. So we've got about a minute and a half left to let these babies
In the
sear up.
meantime, we've got the broccoli, garlic broccoli. We'll put that aside. And I'm going to start plating. How much longer do you have, Joe?
I've got a minute on this side and then 2.5 more minutes on the other.
Okay. So I'll start plating.
These cauliflower steaks that Anna's putting on there are absolutely fantastic. We're both not real lovers of curry, but it just seems the amount of curry that is added into that recipe is just perfect. It adds a nice little flavor to those steaks. So we're coming up on a few more seconds here, and we will be flipping these babies over and hope we have a nice brown on our first side. So if you're new to Anna's channel, hop on there and take a look at all the different dishes that she has prepared. I think you'll find them quite interesting. And believe it or not, uh, cooking healthier, oh, there we go.
In the meantime, while Joe's doing that, I'm going to just tell the people that are on the 365 what actually everything entailed. The cauliflower is 6 servings, 1.5 fats, 0.83 condiments, and the broccoli is 4 servings, 1.5 fats, 2.31 condiments, and 1 green. Also, the cauliflower is 1 green. And
okay, these babies are coming out nice. Probably could have left them on just a tad longer, but we will brown them on the other side for perhaps a few more seconds just to get that beautiful brown coloration. And believe it or not, before Anna started on the healthier eating kick, I was never much of a lover of fish. Um, my biggest fish dish were fish sticks that I had as a kid, and never really was interested in the fish. But now I pretty much eat every type of fish that there is, only because she has prepared them so wonderfully. And it's healthier, as we know. So we've got about
we're waiting for you.
We have about a minute and a half left, but I think I'm going to let these brown a little bit longer, Anna, on the second side, just to give them that nice rich color. They are sizzling away.
The scallops are 18 ounces for 2 servings, and that's 1 leanish for anyone that's on the 365 program.
And we got, for that 18 ounces, Anna, we got about 15 scallops. So I'll be the gentleman and give her the 8 scallops. I'll take the 7. Okay. I think we're going to be coming up very shortly. I'm just going to quickly add the melted butter right now.
Oh, those look yummy, Joe.
They're coming out great. Watch out, that's very, very hot, Anna. All righty.
As soon as Joe's done there, we'll be all set.
Okay. Okay, the countdown, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. So, let me turn my flame off and get my splatter guard off.
There you go.
And let's see. Oh, yes, beautiful. One. Whoop, come
And a
on.
scraper.
No, that's good. 3,
Scrape it on the
come
bottom.
on. 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, and 7 on that one.
Okay. And here's Joe's.
Let's just quickly scrape these up a little bit. All right. These are beautiful. There we go. All right.
And Joe took 8.
Fantastic. There we go.
So this is Joe's plate, which consists of the scallops, the escargot, the curry cauliflower, and the garlic broccoli. And this is my plate, which consists of the scallops, the cauliflower, the broccoli, and I have mushrooms on mine. And that's it for now. And I think I'm going to take a test of mine. And let's see how Joe did with the scallops. I'm sure it's going to be very, very good.
There you go. Here's a knife.
Thank you. Very good, Joe. Good job.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad I was able to join you this evening and hope you enjoyed the demonstration.
Bon appetit.
Ciao.
Ciao.